Hi everyone. I want to talk to you today about how to rebuild your life after everything changes. I know it's a struggle that I've dealt with, and I know there's people out there that have had struggles with change, grief, losing loved ones, divorce, whatever the change is. And so I want to just talk to you today about how I can help because I've been there. And the first thing you need to do is know what changed. So name it. Even write it down in a journal. What changed? What happened? Be honest. And then with every change, there's grief that comes with it. And know that you're in the grieving period, that you've lost something, and honor that. Feel the feels, feel the emotions, honor it. If you're feeling sad, have a good cry. It's healing. Write it down. I'm a firm believer that writing in a journal helps you heal faster. And to know that it's okay to cry, that it's okay to be angry. So honor those emotions that come through. The next thing is just to take it day by day. Live in the moment. Live in the now. Be mindful. Do practice mindfulness. And what mindfulness is really just not living 5 minutes in the future or 5 minutes in the past. You're focusing on the moment right now. And that's mindfulness. So you do not rebuild your life of what you had before. You're rebuilding today. And so you're just taking it one day at a time because it becomes less frantic and less anxiety will set in when you take it just day by day. Even if you have to meditate, excuse me, now you know it's not AI, it's me. But take it one day at a time. Meditate if you feel inclined to. I'm a firm believer in meditating as well. It just kind of helps clear the mind. And some people say they can't meditate, but if you focus on your breath, then that's one way to keep your mind off of what's happening in your life. The next step is to have a routine. Simple structure, small habits. So I know it's hard when you're building a routine after a loss of some kind because it's like building a whole new routine. If you've lost a loved one, if you had a divorce, whatever the change is, lost a job, it could be anything. It's sometimes hard to have that structure, that routine. But do your best to get up at the same time every day. Have your breakfast at the same time every day. Be kind to yourself. That's another thing. It's so important to be kind to yourself during this time. The next step is projects. It gives your little projects, whatever that is for you, if you're a woodworker, if you're a writer. I know for myself, I became an author of 4 books and 20 spiritual guidebooks and journals. It was nothing I planned, but I was passionate about sharing my story. So now I help other people write their memoirs. That's one of my passions because I believe it is healing. But that's my project. So, what is your project? Enter it in the comments and let me know if it's something um, that you're whatever is your interest. I'd like to know. I'd like to share that. If I'd like for you to share that with me. The next step is passion. What makes you feel alive? Why do you want to get up in the morning? What is it? Because I know if you've gone through some changes, you may not want to get up in the morning. I know for myself, I didn't want to get up in the morning, but I forced myself because I found that passion, the reason to get up. And that was my writing, my book that I was publishing. It became a passion. So find your passion. The other thing is be grateful. It's not easy when you've lost things, whatever it is that you've lost. For myself, I went through a divorce. I lost my two dogs, found out I couldn't have children, lost my mother, my best friend, and then my father within a short period of time. And I walked away from my marriage with nothing, so I didn't have my home. It was a lot to deal with. So I found myself not feeling that I could be grateful for anything. But the more I journaled, the more I healed. I wrote down and I used a gratitude journal. And I'll show you what I designed. It's one of my journals. Seeds of Thanks, Gratitude and Appreciation Journal. It's available on Amazon. And the inside is quite cool. So it kind of guides you. So if you don't have anything to feel grateful for, because I know when you're grieving, it can be difficult. I know for myself it was. So the book prompts you and it gives you little prompts, so you need to write it down. So with that process, you get your mojo going with it, and it helps you heal faster, I believe, by being grateful for the things you do have, because then you start to find pleasure in that. Appreciation is the same thing. It's basically, what do you appreciate? The food on your table, even if you have to come up with the basics, the water, your breath, being alive, being healthy, all those things are something to be appreciative of. And the next thing is becoming. Who are you now? Because a lot of times when we have a massive change, maybe not so much the little changes, but I know for myself, when I've had my massive changes, I needed to figure out who I was now. I wasn't the same person. Grief changes you. So, who are you becoming? Find that out. Journal. Talk to somebody that would understand your journey. Sometimes a therapist is helpful. I know I couldn't afford a therapist, so I went to student therapists, and that was helpful for me. So, by doing those little things, you can find out who you are at this time after the change has occurred. So, it's just something to be, just to keep your mind busy also. By keeping your mind busy working on your projects, like I mentioned earlier, it helps you heal and it helps you move forward. And when you're also, the next one is boundaries. Protect your peace while rebuilding, because a lot of times people won't understand that you're different. And so just be mindful of that you are a different person, possibly not completely different, but what I mean by that is you've changed because of the changes. And then the next thing is the small wins. Record the tiny progresses that you make, that you've got up at the same time for a week, you've had your breakfast, you went for a walk, whatever the small wins are for you in your life, write them down, celebrate them, even. It'll get your mind off the past and help you move into the future, into the moment. And being mindful is being in the moment. So that's where you want to be. And then the next one is wisdom. Turn your story into strength, write about it. Even if I was never a writer, to be honest, I was never a writer. I just needed a tool to help me process all these emotions and the events that happened in my life. So I wrote them down. Start writing your story, see where it leads. You're not starting from nothing. You're starting from what you survived. And that's something that you should be proud of, because you need to heal this in order to move on. And by doing all these steps, hopefully you'll find it helpful. So take each day as it comes, take each moment as it comes, and remember to breathe. And we'll see you in the next video.